The game of politics in our country, Kenya, has just started. Now, for those that thought Deputy President impeached Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua is off the hook from the government, then you are wrong. It is just the beginning. His impeachment is just the beginning of his problems. Let's get down to this story. I shall remind you that even before Rigathi Gachagua came to be impeached, when the broad-based government under President William Ruto and Raila Amolo Odinga's team was formed after the Gen Z demonstrations, and it seemed that the talks about the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua had been settled. Then I came here on this channel and did a video where I informed you that it is not yet over for Rigathi Gachagua. That now he has played into the politics of him being impeached when he accepted President William Ruto and Raila Odinga's broad-based coalition government. Now let's get down to this. Today, Professor Abraham Kedore Kindiki, was sworn in as the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. A man now holds the cards to lead in the development projects with President William Ruto. Rigathi Gachagua, on the other hand, today, after leaving office and Kithure Kindiki was sworn in, went ahead to make a post on his social media page on Facebook. The post right now is ended to 100,000 likes with over 30,000 comments. It has garnered him over 30,000 new followers on his social media pages. Now this tells you that this impeachment has served as an addition to Rigathi Gachagua's political career. Now, Rigathi made a message, a very clear message, telling people that he is now home and he is happy where he is. But that is a mistake that he made. Now, when President William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua were on a campaign trail in the year 2021 and 2022, Uhuru Kenyatta was cracking a whip on everybody that was in support of his then deputy William Ruto. And Rigathi Gachagua was a victim of the circumstances, where his assets worth 200 million were frozen, and he was arrested several times and arraigned for corruption cases where he was said to have mismanaged funds worth billions of money from his Madira constituency. But now, Rigathi and William Ruto won the government in 2022, and after winning, the then Director of Public Prosecution, Nudin Haji, who is currently the National Intelligence Service, NIS Director, went ahead to throw away and sweep down the case of Rigathi Gachagua, where his assets worth 200 million had been frozen and his bank account were unfreezed then. But they were unfreezed under such an article, which means the article which puts it that once new evidence of corruption linking the deputy president to these certain allegations that were brought on him under the Uhuru Kenyatta regime and under the then watch of the DCI director, George Kinoti, the cases can be revived again. And that is what is happening. Remember, right now, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua does not have the immunity that he had as a DP to protect him from being charged in the court of law for criminal offenses. Right now, he can be charged. And to start with, the said corruption allegation cases that were put on him under the watch of President Uhuru Kenyatta are being revived under the current ODPP as the National Intelligence Service under Nudin Haji and DCI under Director Amin Mohammed are currently in possession of evidence that implicates Gachagua corruption syndicate as a deputy president and as then a member of parliament of Madira, which will implicate him in a court of law. Meaning, the government might freeze and is going to freeze. That is not a might. Is going to freeze most of his assets, and not only him, also those of those of his sons. Now, speaking about the current constitution, an impeached deputy president or an impeached person, a governor, MP, or a senator ceases to hold office or to vie for a certain or to vie for office for the next 10 years. Now, which means in the next 10 years, Rigathi Gachagua might be on a campaign trail preparing him for the highest office in the republic. How do somebody like President William Ruto tame that? It's bringing up cases that will make this man remain in the courtrooms trying to fight for his property and to fight for his political life, for his life and his businesses, which will cripple him to go ahead and even participate in the politics of the republic. That is what is being that is what is going to be played here. Regarding Gachagua, the people of Mount Kenya region, most of the Kikuyus view him right now as their kingpin. So for that title to be stripped of him, he must stay away from the politics of the republic for a very long time for the people to forget about him. Let me take you back to history before the 2010 constitution. Back then, under the 1963 constitution, mostly the vice president who served under President Daniel Moi and Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, they were not having any immunity under the constitution. The president would wake up one day and decide to send them home. And that was how Moi operated and Kenyatta. Now, those that were sent off by the Moi regime, most of them garnered political bases in their region, including one Mzee Mwai Kibaki. After Daniel Moi went ahead to relieve Mzee Mwai Kibaki's duties as the Vice President of the Republic of Kenya, that is what made the basis of Kibaki's and solidified the base of Mwai Kibaki political career in the Mount Kenya region as their kingpin. Same thing to people like Josephat Karanja. He resigned night before he was impeached the next day. Now, those people garnered the base of the Mount Kenya region. And then, remember, they were not prohibited from running for office. So, which means they were protected under the constitution. Right now, Rigathi Gachagua is not protected under the constitution after being impeached. He must wait for another 10 years. Now, under these 10 years, he cannot vie for certain seat, but he can mobilize leaders in the Mount Kenya region and campaign for them that they can go ahead to win certain positions and government electoral positions in the William Ruto government, which will give him the power in the current government. Now, for Ruto to tame that, he must use the means at his disposal to tame that. Remember, he is a student of Moi's politics. So, the intel that we have, Gachagua is not off the hook yet. He is going to fight not only for his political life, but for his life as a citizen of the Republic, for him, for the cases that are going to be brought against him. Some of the cases that Ruto will bring and are currently being formulated is the cases of defamation, where Gachagua claimed in an audience, in a live television, that President William Ruto had plotted to assassinate him 2 times. And the DCI summoned him for that and he didn't show up. Remember, then he couldn't be touched or be arrested because he was protected by the Constitution of the Republic. But right now, he is a mere citizen. Arrest here and there, they will be happening soon. Just wait for the political tension that is going to unfold out of this. So, another thing, yes, he has the support of these people. They can wait. Let me remind you, in this country, there are no people that vote like Kikuyu people. Kikuyu people vote, wanaamusha mpaka waliowafu wapige kura. Remember that. So if Gachagua, if he has won these hearts, and even in a way supports another candidate that might be vying for presidency in the year 2027 against President William Ruto, that means that candidate will have a higher chance of going against the president. So, what can the president do? To tame this man, he must do everything in his power. And as I have said, one of the things that Ruto has started is to bring up to revive the cases against Gachagua. His assets are going to be freezed, most of them. Not only his, even those of his sons, because his sons were linked to him in a way where it was purported that he used his sons as proxies to launder government money. So remember, it is not over until it is said it's over. Buy those words from me. Remember, I always tell you that I'm not a prophet of doom, nor am I a prophet in a way. But even after the Gen Z demonstration and the formation of the broad-based government, when it was rumored that some ODM cabinet secretaries were being appointed, I named 4 of them, and they turned out to be the ones that were chosen. I have never made a mistake when analyzing the politics of the Republic. That you must come into agreement with me, because I have never failed you. Leave your comment on the comment section and I ask you, what do you think? Do you think that it's high time the president lets go of Gachagua and allow him to continue with his life and even his politics, even if he is not going to vie? Or should the president tame him now to avoid him being to avoid him affecting President William Ruto re-election into office in the near future? Leave your comment on the comment section. See you in our next video. Remember, this is Celeb Corner KE Political Analysis.